as usual, whenever there's discussions about a shooting and guns, Joy Reid has to bring up Bernie Sanders. And every time she does, she's wrong. And she's wrong again in this situation. So she replies to a tweet that I believe she retweeted saying, Sanders voted against gun control repeatedly, including right after Sandy Hook. In 2016 debates, he said he owed Sandy Hook families nothing. Facts. And then Joy Reid chimed in saying, all conveniently forgotten by the faith, which is referring to Bernie Sanders supporters. Okay, so once again, it's time to completely destroy this talking point of Bernie Sanders and his supposed support of guns. So let's just go right to some of his votes. So here are some recent votes. Well, not recent, these are from the 90s, and then I'll get to recent votes. But here are some votes that Bernie Sanders made on gun control. In 94, he supported a ban on semi-automatic assault weapons. In 96, he was against repealing the semi-automatic weapons ban. In 98, he supported increasing minimum sentencing for gun crimes. In 2013, he voted no on allowing concealed and carry across state lines. He voted yes on listing people prohibited buying a firearm in the national background check system, voted yes on banning high-capacity ammunition magazines, and voted yes on banning assault weapons and high-capacity ammunition magazines. So when you actually look at Bernie's votes, you can see that he's not against gun control. And it's funny that they act like he is, because when they say that he is, the votes that they're really referring to are votes like this, where in 2002, he voted yes to allow pilots and flight personnel to carry firearms in the cockpit, and in 2003 voted yes to prohibit lawsuits against firearm makers for unlawful misuse of a firearm. So when you actually look at his so-called pro-Second Amendment votes, you can see that they're not really pro-Second Amendment. So let's take the second example there, where he voted yes in prohibiting lawsuits against firearm makers for unlawful misuse of a firearm. So that's like saying, let's use the example. So somebody kills somebody with a gun. Now, that gun is a legal product. Does it make sense to sue the firearm manufacturer for producing a legal product? If you're going to make guns illegal, then make them illegal. But if they're legal, then it doesn't make sense to then sue the manufacturer because of how the person that bought a legal product used it. So, as another example, let's say I killed somebody with my car. Now, can that family then go and sue Ford because I drove a Ford into somebody and killed them? No, because it was my fault that I misused that car and I killed somebody with it. It's not Ford's fault that I drove my car into a person. So again, if guns are going to be legal, then they're legal. And it doesn't make sense to actually sue the manufacturer. Now, let's get to the other part of that tweet. Sanders voted against gun control repeatedly, including right after Sandy Hook. After Sandy Hook, here's from The Guardian. Sanders has supported Obama's efforts to end gun violence, including supporting gun control legislation after the Sandy Hook shootings. So the first and second points in her tweet are both lies. So now let's get to the third part of her tweet, claiming that Bernie Sanders said he owes nothing to the victims of Sandy Hook. So here's a video from a CNN debate about what he actually said.
If a gun shop owner sells a weapon legally to somebody, and that person then goes out and kills somebody, I don't believe it is appropriate that that gun shop owner who just sold a legal weapon to be held accountable and be sued. But what I do believe is when gun shop owners and others knowingly are selling weapons to people who should not have them. Somebody walks in, they want thousands of rounds of ammunition, or they want a whole lot of guns. Yes, that gun shop owner or that gun manufacturer should be held liable.
So, Senator, do you owe the Sandy Hook families an apology?
No, I don't think I owe them an apology. They are in court today, and actually they won a preliminary decision today. They have the right to sue, and I support them and anyone else who wants the right to sue.
As you can see, Bernie is on their side. So there's no reason for him to apologize when there's nothing to apologize for. So that entire tweet that Joy Reid endorsed is just complete bullshit.